Today, I wanted to discuss what is wrong with the world lately. And I think we all can feel it, this energy in the air, that something's off. It's here in the US, of course, but it's also in the world, worldwide. The means to get things in our world has changed. So it's no holds barred on lying, no holds barred on stretching the truth, all these things. It's really weird because you may look out your window and everything out there looks exactly the same. It's the same scenery that's been there for years, but in reality, under the surface, there's something wrong. And I think it's because among us all, there's this feeling of impending doom, really. It feels like the shoe's about to drop. And everybody right now that we see out there, it's like they're putting on a mask, like they're just going about their business, like nothing to see here, everything's fine. But it's not fine. And we all know it's not fine. And one of the weirdest parts is that lately, though, I have felt a little shift. And I'll come back to that later in the video. But this video is not political. You can find stuff no matter where you turn. The main thing I want to get across is it's like as a society, our security is slowly being taken away. And it's like we're stuck in some kind of bad dream and we can't wake up from it. And I feel like Spider-Man in the comic books, my spidey sense is going off, danger, danger, all the time, like 24/7. And little by little, I feel like it's driving us all crazy. And as humans, that's not a sustainable thing. We're not meant to be under that kind of stress, worldwide stress every day, all the time, 24/7. And what it makes me think of is how much I would like to get a little cabin out in the woods and just go out there and just sit by a fire and just wait all this out in a peaceful place. And I think that it's regular people that are really getting the shaft right now. And really, they have been for a long time. And all the prices for regular people, even here in the South, prices are getting crazy. My rent went up this year. My apartment insurance went up. Every time I go to the grocery store, it seems like the bill's getting higher. And I read something the other day. It said the average new car just hit $50,000. That's the price. And this stuff has been slowly coming on for years, but it feels like now it's coming up and it's reaching some kind of peak. And I think as introverts, the world has always been tough for us because a lot of us already feel like we're from the island of misfit toys, and our ideas are kind of put aside by most people, but we can see the future and we can see even the present better than most people. We can see what's going on, and it just seems like right now things are not playing out very well. And we can see why that is. And another thing that's been on my mind is people today, they don't like truth. And maybe even more than that, people today are willing to absorb untruths. And that's very frustrating if you're a thinker, because logic and critical thinking, it's at an all-time low in my opinion. It's not being taught in schools anymore. So we have this massive amount of groupthink everywhere, this massive amount of herd mentality, people following what everybody else is doing just because they believe it. And I can't help but think that a major cause of this is the phones, man. I mean, people are carrying around these little boxes, their phones, and their little brainwashing boxes. And they cause all kinds of things. They cause the compare and despair. So you're looking at these lives that are supposedly perfect and you're comparing that to your life. And also the media is on there, and the media seems to be agitating nonstop from every direction. You really have no clue what it is that you're supposed to believe anymore, or who's telling the truth. It's no wonder we have a mental health crisis. And there's so much depression. And there's so much confusion because I really think that it's, a lack of hope. And I think I've also figured out that our leaders, they are not coming to save us on either side. There is greed everywhere. And people who already have a lot, they already have so much that we can't even imagine it as regular people, and they want even more. And I've read online a whole lot. It's a lot of older people. They're saying they are really glad that they're not young right now in this generation, and they're not growing up right now. And I was thinking back to even when I was younger and how much different it was and how much different the world feels right now. And I don't think it's in a good way, not at the moment. But here's a strange thing. So lately, I have felt a shift. And it's like people are waking up just a little bit. It's like the pendulum, because, I think society swings on a pendulum. And it's like it's just started to swing back the other way. And it's just barely, so I don't want to go out too far on a limb here, but it's just enough to notice if you're paying attention. And I think it's swinging back towards logic and towards critical thinking just a little bit. Because I think a lot of people are really starting to get fed up with all the untruths and all the lies that are out there right now. And so really my message in this video is I don't think we should go into despair. I also want to say this though, things definitely might get worse before they get better. But I think over time, they're going to settle because I don't think this is sustainable. And so I genuinely think we're on the cusp of something, some kind of a tipping point, really. And one thing that is true in history is when things get really chaotic, it's always critical thinking, love, and truth, really, that lead the way out of whatever it is. It's really a great awakening, that kind of thing. But the big need here is that people need to start thinking critically again. They need to start thinking for themselves again. And I think we need to start loving each other. And that's what this channel reminds me of, because you look in the comment section and there is so much love in this comment section. So many people coming together because they've felt like the world has been against them for just simply being who they are, for being an introvert. And I want you all to know, I really do appreciate every one of you. And I think that while it's really good for us to acknowledge what's going on in the world, because these things are real, but I think the Stoics were right when they said that while we can acknowledge, we shouldn't dwell on the things that we can't control. We should stay focused on what's right in front of us and not what's on social media and not what the media pushes out there, because often that stuff is basically tainted. And I think if we focus on that alone is going to bring the collective anxiety way down. But anyway, I'm really interested to know what you guys think, so be sure and put in the comments what you think about all this. And if you'd like to find out why I avoid people now, you can check this video out next.